Welcome back to another camping adventure. I am driving out right now to our camping destination with my German Shepherd Kato and my Rottweiler Atlas, as always, my right-hand men. Wanted to get this intro because I have some catching up to do with the fellow I'm meeting out here. I'm camping with one of my best buddies from high school, and he's the first person I ever camped with in my life. We've been camping together since back in like junior year of high school, back in like 2014, 2015, and he has just informed me that he's going to be a father. So that's super exciting. He's my first friend that's gonna be having a kid, and I'm super pumped for him. It's been a while since I've seen him last, and so when I get there, instead of wasting time filming, I just kind of want to enjoy the moment and catch up with him, and just talk about life and stuff. So yeah, that's where I'm headed right now. I'm about 20 minutes out from the campsite, and it looks like a cool site that he booked us. It's got a small creek on it that the dogs can swim in, and the hike in is pretty minimal. I will say I am not liking some of these clouds in the sky right now. Look at that. Looks like a storm that is coming. But yeah, I think it's gonna be a really fun trip. I am going to be cooking something super risky tonight, and if I do it right, the payoff will be awesome. I'm gonna be making ahi tuna, not just for the first time ever camping, but for the first time ever in my life. So if I do it right, it could be delicious and taste really good. If I do it wrong, we could both end up with food poisoning. So I guess that's something to look forward to. Alrighty, we are going to be cooking. Go. Atlas is on the prowl. We're going to be cooking some tuna steaks that will hopefully turn into tuna mahi-mahi. I've had this marinating in soy sauce, sesame oil, salt, pepper, cayenne pepper, and something else, but I'm forgetting. But I've had these marinating for 24 hours, and basically what the internet said, and you shouldn't always trust the internet, so we're gonna be figuring out whether or not this is true. But it says sear them each on 2 minutes per side, and you can leave the middle raw, because any of the bacteria you would need to worry about is on the outside, and it'll get seared away. Allegedly. If we end up with food poisoning, then we'll obviously communicate that, but we've had this pan preheating on the fire. Here's this tuna steak. Honestly, it might need to be more than 2 minutes. I just dropped one right into the grass. Might need to be more than 2 minutes, depending on how hot this griddle is. Look at Alice. And we are also cooking. So Austin has this this awesome, what do you call it?
It's a 2-burner propane stove.
Propane stove that he brought out here. So we're boiling water. What we're going to be cooking tonight is everything we're cooking. We're gonna make this edamame spaghetti, and it's got like 24 grams of protein per thing, per serving, and covering it in this pesto, as well as a little treat, some already cooked baby back ribs that we're gonna put over the fire, and these should slap as like not a dessert, but another course of the meal. So Me and Austin normally divvy up. I'll take one meal of camping, so I got dinner, and he's got breakfast tomorrow, so he's gonna have to bring it, because if this dinner turns out how I'm hoping it turns out, it is gonna slap.
Although I forgot the coffee.
Yeah, and he forgot coffee, but he did bring energy drinks, so that does redeem him a little bit. Oh, that looks good.
Oh, that looks so fucking good.
Alright. Steaks look like they're done. Let me check the other side. Yeah, those are overdone, but we'll slip these off, and really quick we will slip these bad boys on. And these are already cooked. Need to warm them up. So, come here. Getting close and personal. What we're gonna do is slice these bad boys up. I'm probably not gonna do a great job, but let's go. Ooh. These could taste absolutely terrible, but I think they smell really good, for sure. And if they're bad, then we have pasta and ribs to back up. Me and Austin have eaten tuna steaks before, I believe, and we just cooked them all the way through. This is the first time where we've had a little raw in the middle. And normally it's pink all the way around, but you can never be too safe eating raw fish. Okay, we will give the taste test when it is all ready. Alright, so we've got the pasta right here, and pesto. Let me shake it up a little bit. Dump in about 3/4 of it. Mix it up. Good. Austin, will you flip those ribs?
I'm in college.
Ooh, that's nice. Okay, and we will top this pesto pasta with some mozzarella. That is literally a melted ball of mozzarella. Let's divvy it up. Okay. Sheesh. Let me see those tongs. We are going to taste test everything all at once, and then turn the camera off and enjoy this meal. So we're going to go in for the ahi tuna first.
I just want to say, I feel like we're on track right here. This would be our best meal we've ever made in the woods before.
And it's not hard to beat that, probably.
No.
Definitely dry. Flavor's on point, but it is overcooked and dry, in my opinion.
Pretty damn good.
Yeah, you could do worse. Okay, pesto next. This is edamame noodles, which are low in carbs and high in protein, which means that they taste terrible normally. So we'll see if the pesto redeemed their qualities. That's good.
That's solid.
That's good. This is actually really good.
This is hands down the best meal we've ever made in the woods. I would say by a long shot. I'm trying to think of other meals we made.
The pad thai was pretty good.
The pad thai was good. That's true.
Okay. I'm gonna get one rib for each of us. They're saucy. They're cooked well. We'll see how they do. Austin's got some competition for tomorrow morning for breakfast. Oh my god. That's delicious.
That tastes amazing.
I could have just did the ribs. There's not a lot of meat on them, but
For pre-cooked ribs, I would honestly consider getting those just like eat at home. Those are pretty good.
ribs are by far the best component of this meal.
I don't know, the tuna's really good. It's a little overcooked, but other than that, like, it tastes phenomenal.
Oh my gosh. Okay. We're gonna eat the rest of this. So, right now I am going to put up some screen recordings of past camping trips Austin and I have taken in the last 8 to 9 years. And I want to ask Austin what his favorite memory from camping has been throughout that duration of time. Okay, now roll those clips as he's talking. Check-in number 1, and
The mountains one.
I don't want to lie, continue watching this. It's pretty hard. I don't even think we've done a mile yet. And
It's like straight uphill.
you know, it was looking pretty good in the beginning because it's all flat.
Isn't this a moderate trail too?
Yeah,
What the hell is this?
but
thing?
like I was just saying, Austin, it's like that big hill that you have in your neighborhood when you're a little kid that you kind of pace yourself for it and you go hard to get up it. So this one never ends. Okay, so the first time we went camping, we were in high school, I think. Maybe it was the summer right before we went to college. Junior year, I think. Maybe, yeah. We went to South Mountain. This was our first camping trip that we ever went on. And we had booked our campsite, and it was like, what was it, like 3 miles or something from where we parked? Yeah. We're both young, like we're in good shape. Both play football, lacrosse, heavily conditioned athletes. We get our backpacks. They probably weigh like anywhere from 60 to 70 pounds. Like we're way overpacked. For one night. For one night. We start hiking at South Mountain, and all of a sudden the terrain just like goes straight up the hill. And I remember we were probably like, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes in, and we both stop on the side of the hill, right on the trail, and we take our packs off and sit down. Never been more winded in my life. Austin has something you want to say. We've been hiking now for about 20 minutes. And we're pooped. Oh my gosh.
I mean, just show them the mountain we're trying to climb behind us.
Dude, this camera honestly doesn't do it justice to the 3D dimension of how big this slope is.
Like, it's honestly probably like a close to a 45-degree slope that we're trying to climb up right now.
And it doesn't end. It's like right angle triangle, climbing right up it. And
we looked at each other, and it was just like you could just see the energy just drain from our faces because we realized we were only like a quarter of a mile in.
I think I looked at my watch and we'd only been hiking for like 15 minutes or something like that.
It was bad. And then we wound up taking the wrong trail.
We took that trail and we walked for about an hour before we realized that we weren't getting to our campground. And we looked at the map, realized that we missed, that we had taken the wrong turn, had to walk all the way back
for like a mile. And then we had to hike another mile back to the right trail. It took us like all day to get there. And we were dead by the time we got to our campsite.
Yeah.
And then, I think I burned you, didn't I?
Put the water in some pans and cook it till it's boiled. And we let it cool off a couple minutes. We're going to put it back in the camel pack. It says, Devin, will you hold this cap? Hold this cap open for me so I can pour it back in. This man completely misses the hole where the water's supposed to go. It splashes all over my arm, boiling water on my toes.
That night with the hot water.
Yeah, we were boiling some water to purify it because we'd gotten it from a stream. And we had it in a cup or a pot, and Austin needed to pour it into one of the meals ready to eat. And he told me to hold the bag open so that he could pour the boiling water. He tilted the pot and completely missed the bag by a long stretch. It trickled down the side of the pot, went straight onto my hands and wrists, giving me like 3rd-degree burns. This is water straight off the campfire.
What? The funniest part was you said something, and I can't remember what it was now, but you said something, you're like, you're supposed to pour it in the bag, not on me or something like that.
And
it was just so funny.
And then it looked like it was gonna rain later that night. Last night it looked like it was gonna rain before the sunset, and I was like, yo, Austin, do you think we should bring in our bags tonight into the tent with us? That way if it starts to rain, we won't have to do it when it starts raining. He's like, no. If it starts raining, I'm gonna hear the rain and I'll wake us up, we can go get them. This man around 3 o'clock in the morning comes shoving me in my sleep. He's like, yo, it's raining, it's about to rain. And we're sharing the same tent, we have no dogs, and I say to him, I'm like, should we put the rain fly on the tent? He says, no, I don't think it's gonna rain. And so I say, okay, I trust you. And then come to find out,
3 a.m.
Midnight, 1 a.m. rolls around, starts pouring rain, and he wakes me up from the dead of sleep because I'm a pretty heavy sleeper. He's like, dude, it's raining. And we got to rush out of the tent in the pitch black, pouring rain to put the rain fly. All of this would have been completely avoidable if we had just, followed my guidance and put the rain fly up to begin with.
100%.
I actually never camp now without putting my rain fly on. It could be the most clear sky night, stars in the sky, and I will still put my rain fly up because of that night. I'd have to say my favorite camping experience was back in college. Austin and I were camping on the Appalachian Trail in January in western North Carolina. It was about 15 degrees out. The wind chill made it feel about 5 degrees. We decided to pitch tents right on the peaks of the mountain, right where the wind hits you at its coldest. And
we quite literally almost froze to death.
Now, the specimen over here, Mr. Austin Matthews, I was unaware that he did not bring any gloves with him. And I
Probably won't have those tomorrow.
I'm really feeling for him right now.
Thanks, man. That makes my hands a lot warmer. And I'm not saying that in an over-exaggerated way. Luckily, by the grace of God, we had brought another guy out with us named Brett, who was an Eagle Scout, and he stayed up the whole entire night cutting wood and keeping the fire alive. And I was so afraid to take my socks off that next morning because I quite literally thought I had frostbite on my toes from how cold it was. And, you know, camping right now in the middle of the summer does not do it justice in describing the horror that I felt as my body slowly went numb, hour after hour. And I was curled up next to the fire that someone else was providing for us. We've camped a lot throughout high school, college, and after college. My right-hand man, my roommate, basically my brother, Austin Matthews, first mate Austin Matthews, who has been my trusty right-hand man camping since South Mountain. Since a long time ago, like 2014, 2015 maybe, I don't know. And now Austin is going to have a child, so those camping expeditions will decrease in frequency. But I'm very proud, I'm very happy. I've got 2 children already, so I'm busy enough. But
You mean this? You mean this?
that cat right there. But yeah, that was a summation of our careers camping, and it's not going to end. Me and Austin will probably be old geezers with wrinkles all over our body, setting up a campfire, pitching tents, with our children moved out of the house. We'll look back at this video 20 years down the road, talk about the times that were back when we had the strength to cut down our own trees. But you know, the camping trips are gonna get, for me, is like, it's gonna be cool to be able to bring my kid out and show them things and teach them the stuff that me and you have learned over the years. Yeah, that's gonna be one of the most rewarding things, I think. I think at the time I felt weird when we camped at South Mountain. I felt weird for filming it, but it brings me a great joy, the fact that I have that as a memory and I can roll that over this film as a memory to display to the world. And I'll now be able to take this film and roll it over a camping trip that we take with our children 15 years down the road. So I cherish these times camping and hiking in nature like so much, honestly. Like, I'm constantly reminiscing about them. I'm glad I could come out here and make some new memories. It's well worth it. I would definitely advocate that anyone who wants to preserve these memories do so in the form of film. And yeah, so they see how professional we look and they're like, oh, you guys thru hikers? Austin, this man Austin right here goes, yes ma'am. Oh, I don't know why I think it's so funny, because we are
Mostly because we were out of breath completely, because we were going, that's like when we were climbing the mountain, and so like when we passed him we were breathing heavy as crap, and like, so she asked us that, and I just like said the first thing that came in my head. I was like, yes ma'am, and I kept on going. And it's also funny because we're the farthest things from through hiker ready. We barely made it through the night, so it was a real compliment that she thought that we could make it from Georgia to Maine in the winter, in this weather. That's all I have to say. I hope you enjoyed watching the memories.
I'm gonna go enjoy a nice cigar and roll the montage.
Tell you that I know.